basically you're going to have the tail end of your yarn and you're going to have the working side of your yarn, the yarn that's coming off the yarn ball. One of the easiest ways to make the magic circle is to just simply make a loop with the working yarn. Notice my tail is out here. I'm going to take that loop where it crosses here. I'm just going to take that loop and I'm going to put it over the working yarn. And then I'm going to take my hook, I'm going to grab that working yarn and I'm going to put it on my hook. Now the next part of working in the magic circle that's important is that you're always going to work your stitches to the left. If you are right-handed, this is a right-handed video. You're always going to work your stitches to the left, and so you're going to want to hold the magic circle in such a way that you can work your stitches to the left and you can have some tension. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my working yarn here and I'm going to wrap it around my fingers the way I do for tension. You might hold yours differently. I hold mine around my pinky. I bring it up and over my index finger. I know many people hold their yarn in different ways, but this is the way that I hold my yarn so that I have some tension here on my working yarn. Okay, so then the way I hold my circle so that I can work in it is I am going to use my thumb and my forefinger to hold up by the stitch, and I'm actually going to use my ring finger to hold the some tension into the circle. Okay, so now that we're holding our yarn properly and we're ready to start stitching, we're going to pull a single chain through where we've got our hook. So we're just going to grab the yarn and pull it through. And then we're going to move down our ring a little bit with our thumb and our forefinger. Notice I'm still controlling the yarn by holding it in a variety of different places. In order to do the 6 single crochets, you're going to go into the ring, you're going to grab your yarn and bring it back around the ring. Now I've got 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to move my thumb and my forefinger up so that I can control this part of it. I'm going to grab my yarn and I'm going to pull it through those 2 loops. I'm going to move my thumb and my forefinger back down. I'm going to go into the ring. I'm going to grab my yarn, come back on the other side of the ring, and then I'm going to move my fingers back up so I can control it. And I'm going to grab my yarn and go through those 2 loops. All right, I'm going to go under the ring. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to come back under the ring so I have 2 loops. And then I'm going to grab the yarn and go through those 2. I'm going to go back and count what I have here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So in order to do 2 more, I'm going to go under, and then through the 2 loops. You should always be working your magic ring over the 2 strings that you have to the left. Under, and then through the 2 loops. Now we're going to count how many stitches we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When I am done, I am going to take my hook out for a moment. I'm going to make this loop a little bit bigger so that I don't accidentally pull it out. I'm going to go back to my magic ring and to the tail end of my yarn, and I am going to pull it tight. And as I pull it tight, what you will see is that it forms the circle. There's our circle. And I can pull it as tight as I possibly want. And then as I go to work into the next stitch, I'm going to be looking on this circle for the first V right there after my last stitch. So I'm going to go back to my loop here. I'm going to put my hook in there and I'm going to follow the instructions for that next stitch.